Hello, and welcome to the Inside Job Experiment. This is a space for grounded energy work, emotional clarity, and for coming back into alignment with yourself. Today, we are exploring the idea that small steps create movement, and movement creates momentum. This morning, I received a message from my guides about a powerful energy moving through our lives right now. If you are new here, my name is Rundi. I'm a Reiki master and a scalar emulator, which means that I stabilize resonance for others to remember their own coherence through it. You may also hear light language during this session if that wants to come through. The session is timeless. You can return to it whenever you feel called. And so this message that I received, that there's an energy moving up and moving forward around us at this time, I sat with it and listened, and I felt a deeper meaning. This is not always about big, dramatic change. It is not always about one huge breakthrough or one perfect decision or one obvious sign that everything is changing. Sometimes the movement begins quietly, when our path opens through one small step. It could be a phone call or an email. Maybe it's one moment of courage, or a time when you say yes to the thing that is calling you, even if it feels scary. Because small steps are still steps, and they matter more than we often realize. The message I received was, there's an energy moving up and moving forward around us at this time. And what I felt was that this energy was not asking us to force anything or to control outcomes. It is simply giving us an opportunity to notice where movement is already happening. Because sometimes we wait for a dramatic sign before we believe that we are making progress. We wait for numbers to change. We wait for an opportunity to arrive, or for someone else to validate our path. And other times we wait until we feel completely ready. But so often the most profound changes begin with small, consistent actions that almost seem too simple to even matter. And yet they do matter. Because one small step creates movement, and movement creates energy, and that energy creates momentum, and momentum begins to show us the next phase along our path. And sometimes alignment is one small step that tells life, I'm willing to move in the direction of what is calling me. Small steps are powerful because they're building blocks along our path. And I want to share a personal story around this. A few years ago, my guides encouraged me to take an improv class. And honestly, the thought of taking improv was terrifying to me. The idea of speaking in front of people, being seen, making mistakes, not knowing what was going to happen, and having to respond in the moment felt very uncomfortable to me. It took me about 2 weeks just to take the first step and sign myself up for an improv class. And this was a 10-week course. And that one small step changed so much. Signing up led me to showing up every week. And that showing up every week led me to facing my fear of speaking out loud. And facing that fear led me to becoming more present. Becoming more present helped me let go of outcomes and perfection. And letting go of outcomes and perfection helped me to become more comfortable making mistakes in front of other people. And the funny thing about improv is that making mistakes are often the magic ingredient that makes people laugh. That unexpected moment, that weird choice, the thing that did not go according to plan, that is what makes improv fun and funny. So in a way, mistakes are not the problem in improv. Mistakes are the welcome component and part of the practice. That experience with improv gave me a new mantra. Life is improv, because improv taught me that when we choose to be fully present in the moment, let go of perfection and outcomes, and allow what wants to come through, space is created for magic and miracles to emerge. And that one small step of signing up for class eventually helped me open my voice, share my story, and begin creating this channel. At the time, it did not look like a life-changing step. It just looked like signing up for a class. But that's how the path works sometimes. We usually don't see the significance of the step in the moment. Sometimes we only understand the importance later, when we look back and realize that one small yes opened the next door. And that is why today's activation is centered around the lantern path. Because most of the time, we don't get to see the whole path before we begin. We just get enough light for that next step. So let's take a moment now to connect with this energy of movement forward. Find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Get into a comfortable position, either sitting or laying down. Close your eyes. Allow your breath to soften and your body to relax. This is your time to focus on yourself. If you're open to receiving Reiki energy, scalar calibration, and light codes, please say yes, either to yourself or out loud. Reiki energy is always for your best and highest good, and knows exactly what you need in a way that is gentle and most beneficial for you at this time. Take a deep cleansing breath through your nose, imagining it rising up all the way from the bottoms of your feet to the crown of your head. Now exhale through your mouth. Continue with 2 more rounds while I connect the flow of Reiki energy. We are now connected. Now let your body know there's nothing to force right now. There's nowhere else to be. You are here in this moment, fully present and listening. And now imagine yourself standing at the beginning of a path. It may be nighttime or dusk. The air is still. The world around you is quiet. And the path in front of you is only partially visible. You cannot see where it ends. And you are not able to see the whole map. And maybe that feels familiar. Maybe there's an area of your life right now where you do not know exactly where things are going. Maybe there's a dream, a desire, a calling, or a next chapter that you can feel, but you cannot fully see yet. Maybe you've been waiting for certainty before taking a next step. Just notice, without judgment or pressure. There's no need to figure anything out right now. Loya mashamoka tore fumoko tatila loro koto fumoti hata faloma tora shikutu fumoti pa ula koto fupati mo. Now, as you stand at the beginning of this path, you notice a warm golden lantern appearing in your hands. This lantern is your intuition, your guidance, your courage, your inner knowing, and it only lights the next few steps in front of you. And all of that is enough. Take a deep breath in and release it. Let yourself feel the warmth of this lantern in your hands. Let it remind you, I do not need the whole path illuminated to begin. I only need enough light for the next step. Droshka maitoyo fumoti halla wakata fumotara kata kora fumoti pala foti pokola droshimoti po rofumukota po. Now look down at the path in front of you. The lantern light reveals one small step. This step may represent something that you have already taken. It could be a decision or a conversation, a moment of honesty, or a time when you showed up even when you were afraid. Or it may represent the next step that is quietly calling you now. A step that feels simple, and doable, honest or true. Now take a moment to ask yourself, what small step have I taken recently that created movement in my life? Let the answer come and trust what you hear, see, feel, or just know. It might seem small, or maybe you even almost dismissed it. But allow yourself to see it now and honor it. And now say silently or out loud, that step mattered. Again, that step mattered. One more time, that step mattered. Notice how your body responds when you acknowledge the step instead of dismissing it. Maybe something softens or opens, or maybe something feels emotional. Let it be exactly as it is. Now imagine taking one small step forward on the lantern path. As your foot touches the ground, the path beneath you glows softly. Notice that you have moved. You've created momentum. And now the lantern reveals the next step. That is how this works. The path appears through movement, and clarity only comes after the step is taken. Take another slow breath in and release it. And now ask yourself, what is one small step I feel called to take next? Let the answer be simple and honest. Let it be small enough that your nervous system can say yes. Just one small step, one email, one moment of courage, one honest yes or no. Morishkamata fola dorakato dirafumo tashumo te pipa durakotopo rofumuta yati mota kala darakatopo hata shonamoko tifumuta pa wilada sinatopo lorofumukata hayala. Now imagine the lantern glowing a little brighter. It is showing you the next step. You don't need to know exactly what happens after that. You only need to recognize the step that is lit. Now say silently or out loud, I trust the small step. I trust the movement it creates. I trust the path to reveal itself one step at a time. And now begin walking slowly along the path. With each step, the lantern reveals just enough to create more light on your path moving forward. And each step creates more movement and more momentum. And now, after taking a few steps, pause and look back. Notice the path behind you. It's glowing. Now you can see where your small steps have carried you. The path that once felt unclear now has evidence of movement, of courage, of progress, and evidence of growth. Take that in. You've already moved. You've taken steps that have mattered. You've already been led farther along than you may realize. Now look ahead again. The path is not fully visible, but something's changed. You are no longer standing still, waiting for the whole path to appear. You're moving with the light you have. You are trusting the next step, and you are allowing momentum to build. And you are remembering small steps create movement. Movement creates momentum, and momentum reveals the path. Take a deep breath into that and release it. Now imagine the lantern light moving from your hands into your heart. The light settles here. It's warm and steady and guiding you from within. This lantern is your inner guidance. It's your next true step, your willingness to move with what is calling you. Place one hand on your heart and say silently or out loud, I do not need certainty to begin. I only need to take the next true step. My small steps are leading me. I am supported as I move forward. Take one final breath here and slowly exhale. Drushkamalo tifola tehata matalola lakatafumatatila tarakatopatala nihala matawapa shamatati shanatawa orokofumoto. I'm now grounding the energy from the session into your field, slowly pulling back the flow of Reiki energy, disconnecting completely. Begin to feel yourself returning to the room. Maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes. You may slowly open your eyes when you feel ready. Feel your body being supported by the surface beneath you. Notice your breath. Thank you for joining me today. Allow the energy from this activation to integrate for the next day or so. Remember to drink plenty of water today. Notice where movement is already happening in your life. Notice the small steps that you might have dismissed. And notice the next part of your path that is being illuminated. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to share your own small step in the comments below. What is one small step that you have taken recently that mattered? Or what is one small step that you feel called to take next? If this supported you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need the reminder that small steps matter. And if you feel called to work with me privately, you can find the link to book a session in the description below. May you know that you are supported by the energy around you, and your small steps are leading you along the path that you are meant to walk. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.